Start. Because my back is to this thing. I'll start with my back to it. My back's to YouTube. Starting live. It should like beep or something. Oh, here we go. I'm live. Cool. All right, guys. I am live. Hopefully I'm standing in the right spot. Yes, I am. Cool. So I'm live here in my studio with Seth, who you can't see for a second because he's monitoring it since we had some audio issues last time because we were having too much fun and not checking the audio. So we got a laptop plugged in. So if you guys do log in and you want to ask questions or make comments, please do so. I'll jump in and check it out. Does it sound echoey? No?
I think we're okay.
Okay, cool. So Seth is here. So I wanted to mess around with splashes. We've done a lot of splash stuff. Everybody does a million splashes during their career. But I had seen some videos and some other things where people use this xanthan gum to like thicken up the water to make like really rich, thick splashes. So I got this thicken up, which Seth uses sometimes in his Kool-Aid to make it feel more like or to make blood, right? So we might do a blood one for Halloween or whatever, any kind of holidays coming up. Cinco de Mayo.
There's no holiday needed for blood. It's good anytime.
That's right. Right. So basically what this does is you add, I guess it's technically a medical thing. You put it so that people have trouble swallowing, but it's going to make the water thicker. So instead of just getting like a loose splash, it's going to have like this almost gelish feel to it. So we decided we're just going to do it. I don't know how. We were just trying to figure out how we came to this, but we were like, oh, let's do it this way. Then all of a sudden, Seth was like, I have this mirror, and then we had the model, and
I think what it started out was everybody else was doing some sort of reflection into the water and then breaking it with the splash.
Yeah,
and we said, well, let's make a reflection off of her face, and then turn into all this other craziness.
Yeah, so we basically have our model Sheila, who is, you guys probably know, oh, you can see her if I point to there. Sheila, who is our studio model or mannequin that we have here, and where we're bouncing her face, basically a reflection of her face on a piece of bronze glass mirror, plexi basically, and Seth had the cool idea. He's like, oh, it'd be cool if you could see through it and see some of her body for abstraction. So we basically are lighting her lower half that you can see through the bottom. It's bronze transparent plexi, so it's kind of like warmish in color down below, creating like an abstraction. So we get all kinds of stuff going on. But basically, it's a pretty simple lighting setup. I always say that, but it's never simple.
It's not simple.
Yeah, it's basically two Profoto 1B1Xs, both with grids. One's lighting her face, which is then causing a reflection onto the glass. One is lighting her body, which you wouldn't need if you didn't want to do that abstraction. That's up to you guys. And then all we're doing is we're going to make a pool of this goop. And you can see here that we have a couple of examples. This is basically nothing, right? We've got, this is just a reflection. You can see her lower half here and then her face. This is with some goop on there kind of pouring. This is with a kind of the splash kind of feel that we want to go for, the pour. You can see that unlike a regular splash, it's got this cool, like edgy, you can see the highlight here coming up. But what's really cool is this one. Seth caught it kind of as it was falling, and you can actually see her reflection here and her reflection there. And it's like, yeah, we totally did it on purpose. We had planned that the whole time. No, but this is one of the cool things about this is that you can get really interesting stuff. So we're going to kind of shoot some live and play around a little bit. And if you guys have any questions or whatever, we'll talk about that. You could throw gels on this. What's that? Yeah, we're going to try picture-in-picture for the first time ever on this thing. So I'm using the Sling Studio. If you guys don't know, you probably maybe have seen stuff that I've used it with before, but not necessarily. So that's the computer screen, and that's going to be us over there eventually. You probably see Seth showing up there in a minute. Yeah, we're going to make this thing happen. We have a total light so you guys can see us, but it's not affecting our shot at all. We're shooting at gazillion.
Well, no, we changed everything.
We're at 250th of a second, f14, 500 ISO. So this is always a balancing act, right? The more power you put into your flash, the slower the flash duration, but fast flash durations are going to give us more freezing power, which means we raised our ISO up a bit. This is an 850 Nikon, 500 ISO, no problem, right?
It's also a micro lens that gives us like a thin blade of focusing.
So we're getting crazy shallow focus with this. So the process is essentially this. I'm going to come over to this camera, so hopefully you guys can see us.
Everything through the lens is magnified to such an extent that like 2 inches of falling is like the entire frame.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, I've got this this goop that I'm calling it now, which is.
Let's switch over to the other.
I think I did already, didn't I? Oh no, okay. So I've got this goop.
We're already picture-in-picture.
Yeah, we got picture-in-picture. I'm probably small, but.
We're right here.
Yeah. So I'm using a straw, and we're gonna make I'm gonna move the straw. He's gonna tell me where, maybe like on her forehead.
You want our forehead? So then It would be.
Yeah, he's telling me where the forehead is.
That's in between her eyes on the forehead.
Okay, so I'm going to put the straw there.
And now I'm going to focus.
And I'm going to let loose some of the liquid, because remember, if we want it to splash, we need a puddle for it to splash into.
Okay.
So, all right, so it sets focus there. Well, hold on, I'm going to have you refocus, because I'm going to grab more of the goop.
This is water or goop?
This is goop. I think we'll start with goop. The water makes a bigger mess. The goop is a little slower. This really requires a little bit of practice, and we were doing it pretty well before, which means we'll probably screw it up now because we're live. So it's going to take a lot of shots if you guys are doing this. All right, so you're focused?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to raise it up, and here we go, and poof. All right, we did a multiple exposure, multiple shots because, you know, it's falling. Oh, and we nailed it on the first one. Thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, so there we go, right? We've got the, oh, wow. Yeah, you got multiple circles. And again, water wouldn't really do this, and we'll show you what water does. Water's gonna like kind of make it a little bit less, it'll make it more splashy. Yeah, so there you go. We did like a little pop, pop, pop to make sure we got it.
That's
you know?
5 frames a second. So.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it pays to use the drive in the camera, especially with the slower stuff. We found out it worked better. Now this is water.
You want to do it on the same spot?
Yeah, we'll try to do it on the same spot. So I'll put the straw where I think is the same spot. And you can refocus.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm up and.
Nope.
Ooh, missed it. Okay, sorry.
Yep. Too late.
Okay, hold on. Here, focusing.
You gotta give me a call. Like.
Okay, I'll say.
You'll say what?
What should I say, guys? I'll say go.
Put it back down for me.
Should I say go?
Why is it jumping out of focus?
What I do like about the water is it starts to run. Okay, and go. Well, that felt good. I think you got it on the first one.
Like the second one.
Yeah, the first.
The first one actually has a ball in the air.
Oh wow, first one was a little early.
Not too far away from the focal points.
Yeah.
It's too far.
Oh yeah, so it's out of focus. All right, so too early, too late. Okay.
We're looking like jerks now.
Yeah, this is how we do it.
This is how we do.
They do make like mechanical devices to do this, but come on, that's cheating.
They also make laser triggers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And go. Oh, that felt good, but I dropped it in the wrong spot.
Oh, okay. It's just not dead frame, but
Yeah, I dropped it off to the
look
side.
at this. We got the ball right here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that was my aim was off, but that's kind of cool because you're still getting this like kind of splash up. It's kind of almost like slow motion in a sense because it's a. Let me try to get a better spot.
Yeah, let's get something cooler.
I'm gonna add a little bit of more goop.
Let's see if there's anybody talking.
Yeah. Let's see.
We got. I don't know what this says.
Uh-oh.
You got questions all over the place.
Uh-oh. What kind of questions?
It's more about questions about lighting and stuff. So.
Okay. Lighting questions.
What about like the D1s versus D2s and stuff?
Okay. We'll get to those in a second. Let's try to get some shots.
Ready? Oh wait, I need a focal point.
Yep. So a D2, I don't know what the question is, but I'll assume a question.
Here we go.
A D2 is going to have a shorter go.
Yep.
You did. You got it, I think.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You gotta tell me when you drop.
I said go after.
No, wait. Put it back down.
Okay. I'm going too fast.
You're.
Where's Dave?
Yeah. Okay.
And go. There we go.
That felt kind of good.
Okay.
No.
Nope. All right, one more. All right, we're losing it.
We're losing it. There we go.
And go. That felt good. That one felt good.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, you can usually tell if you hit it.
Okay, so we actually have motion blur on this one.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, I mean, we even have these in the freeze mode, and I don't know the exact flash duration, but again, if you're taxing your lights, they're not going to be. Oh yeah! Wow.
But it's got motion
It's a
blur.
yeah.
But
Wow.
that's.
It's pretty dope. It's a little bit blurry.
Did
and
you say dope?
dope?
Oh no. Oh.
I did say dope. Yeah. So we're at 4.7, right, out of 10 or whatever these lights go to. So we're not at the shortest flash duration by any means. Some lights have shorter flash durations than even these B1Xs, like the D2s. Maybe that's one of the questions. I don't know. A lot of times.
Okay, so this guy's wrong.
Okay. All right, hold on. Let's see. Somebody's asking a question that may not be correct.
Chuck Egan is wrong.
Let's see. Start shooting continuous high when you hear the camera let the straw go. Well, one of the problems with that is that even if you're shooting 10 frames a second, that means there's space in between and you won't,
We're at 5 frames per second. That means that if I
Yeah.
hear the shutter go, the increments that it go won't be exact. You still have to eyeball it because just a millisecond in between each frame could mean a missed shot.
Yeah, it's tricky. What I usually do in these situations is I try to get. Okay, no camera was on me. I try to get the splash when I see it, and then I shoot a couple extra. You know, because if you start to shoot too early, you may miss that moment. I think some of the best like sports people will tell you that they don't just crank the motor drive. But what's his first question? I got a quick question. I just picked up a D1. Should I get the mods RFI line OFC? Okay, so D1s, to my understanding, will not use OCF because the modeling light will melt them. So the official Profoto line on that is you should get RFI. Oh, very cool. All right, so we got a few pumped up. We're getting some cool stuff, you know? And again, if this was a job and a client was hiring me and it was looking for a liquor company or something and I was doing this, what I probably would do is, well, first of all, I'd probably use maybe one of the pack systems that has more power so I could turn it down really low. But using the lights I own, I would probably actually group together 2 lights up top. Mm-hmm. That would give me, drop them each down, half the amount of power, gives me a shorter flash duration. You can also move it closer. I mean, there's a lot of things we could do to get the power down. The goal here is to get our power as low as possible to avoid that motion blur, although I don't think it's so bad. I think we're good for what we're doing.
Honestly, we have 4 solid shots in frame right now. Like these 4 shots, you guys are looking at them.
Yeah, that's
we have 2 types of splashes right here.
Yep.
And we have this really, really cool,
yeah,
crazy double reflection thing going on.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much. I mean, this alone
that is pretty cool.
is kind of crazy.
Yeah, let's try some more of them.
All right.
We'll do a couple more. We're cranking it. We'll see. But yeah, I think that the motor drive. You're right though that the Profoto will keep up, but I don't think it's the best way to get the exact splash.
You're going to be out of rhythm at some point.
Yeah, I feel like the rhythm is going to be.
And then you got to keep cleaning the set.
Now, if you're doing spills or pours, I'm going to make another puddle. If you're doing pours, that could be a good technique. The other thing you might want to do here is I'm realizing, and we're not going to do it right this second because we're already the way we are, is you could make a thicker goop and then a thinner goop as opposed to goop versus water. So you can play around with this a lot. I'm going to use goops. It's going to be a little slower. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm up and it's goops. So here we go and go. Oh, that felt good.
Okay. Okay.
Decent.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not normally like, oh, that's pretty cool.
We're getting the same look though.
Yeah, it's basically
a drop, not a string.
Yeah, we need a drop. We got to figure out how to get a drop.
Are you dropping water or goop?
Goop.
Okay, so
let's do water
onto goop.
Okay, so water onto goop, and I want to try to get a drop. So I think that just requires less.
A tiny little bit, because that'll fall fast.
Hold on, let me just try something.
Yep.
Okay, so you just have to be really on it, because I can't control when it falls. Yeah, I will. I'll give you a focal point for it. Okay. Okay, so hold on. That much water, and it's gonna be trickier because you're gonna have to really watch it.
Yeah, I know. I'm up to it. Hold on, don't move. Okay.
Okay. Oh, shit, I'm blocking out. And here we go, and go. Oh, that was too much. Shit, sorry. Let's try again.
Let's go off.
What if I flick? Nope, that's not gonna do it either.
I need a focal point.
Okay, here we go. Focus point.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try to flick. Make sure it's still in focus. Sorry.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, and.
Nope, nothing. Nothing came out of the straw, Daniel. You had one job.
All right, here we go, and go. There we go. That was one. That was a single drop. Did you get it?
That was a single drop, but I just got the dent.
Oh, okay.
3,
And
2.
Yep. That was too much of a pour. Fuck. Oops. Sorry, Mom.
Well, we have the beads of water coming down, which is cool because you watch this. There's her face again.
Yeah, the drops are really interesting.
But we had the drop shot already. We have it. It's just we're not doing it live.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
Well, I think one thing that I saw people do, which I thought was kind of interesting, was to use an eyedropper, which we could have done.
I'm going to be right in here.
Okay, so I'll drop it right there. Hold on.
Ready?
Yep.
Get out of the shot. 3, 2, 1. That's kind of good.
Oh, yeah, I did something a little different that time, so I'm not sure how the water.
Oh, okay, so now we got like a little rainstorm going on here.
Yeah, I like flickered it. Oh, yeah. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, we're just getting the same shot over and over again, which is fine.
Yeah.
But nothing's going to top like where
I don't know. Let's do something different.
What do
You
you
guys are
wanna do?
watching, right? Let's make it a color.
Okay.
Because colored stuff is always good, right?
Sure.
Let's make the light on her grill a different color, maybe. Well, you want to do the underneath.
What?
Which ones?
You want to gel the light or you want to make the fluid a color? Because we have...
Oh, let's make the fluid a color.
I have food color.
All right, we're doing it. So one thing that I have seen is, like I said, is a dropper. The other thing I've seen people do is they use a plastic bag,
Well,
and they just poke a hole in
So
it.
let's go cool tone with the water, right?
Yeah, cool tone with the water sounds good. So we're gonna mix that in. This is what Seth uses when he makes brownies and stuff. Oh, that's nice.
That's Windex.
There you go, Windex color.
Actually, you know what would be good? Like a nice green, like a lunatic green color.
Oh, and red and blue make green. So says
What's yellow?
red and green, red and yellow make green. Red and yellow, no.
Red and yellow make orange. Blue and yellow make green.
Blue and yellow
Wow.
make green.
Wow.
What I was gonna actually say that like yeah that's one of those things that like
Okay.
that isn't always accurate, but in this
Okay.
case it did work.
Is this water or goop? This is water.
This is water. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna focus right on the edge of this.
Okay.
All right, you ready? Get out
Yeah,
of the shot.
here we go and go. Oh,
How'd that feel?
it felt good, but it was.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that's dope. Just the ring is blue.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh. Oh right. Oh
Just-
interesting. Oh.
Oh.
Which
Oh
makes
wait,
me-
wait. We didn't show the shot. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh,
Here's the
sorry,
shot.
guys.
Here's the shot. Here's the shot.
No, but you know what that
It's
means?
been a very late night here already.
Hold on though. That means that the goop was the puddle that it falls into was a different
They're
color.
saying use a speed light. What did I? You could
Seth
though.
did say that. A speed light. Well, you could use a speed
I
light.
did say use a speed
However, a speed light to get F15 on her face is going to be full power, which
Oh,
means it's
yeah,
not going to be
yeah.
shorter flash duration.
Oh, wait a second. Look at this. There's her face.
Oh, that is her face.
This is her face.
That's her face, guys. That is her face.
It looks like Michelangelo's demon.
You know what's interesting? What's the opposite of green? Red.
Yeah. So
What if we make the pool red?
here we go, kids.
All right, this is where we start screwing it up. We're doing it for you.
All right, just watch the dye on the floor.
Oh yeah, shit. Okay. All right, so now we're adding food coloring to the. Okay, good. To the goop. Oh wow,
And this is dollar store food coloring, so it's extra toxic-y dye.
perfect.
So it's-
That's what we like. I'm not sure what camera's on us right now, so God only knows what's happening.
okay, so we're gonna switch over to the view again.
Okay,
So
guys.
we have this blue splash going on right now, which is freaking bananas.
Now I'm cleaning up a little bit back here, so I don't know if it's just gonna look like a big blur of
Yeah,
nothing.
it's gonna look like we blur.
So I'm gonna run some water
I would
through it.
rather just put the goop, the red inside that pool.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Well, that's what I'm gonna put it. I just wanted the back. I had to clean up some of the background because it was getting messy.
Yeah, if you guys are just joining us, this is the blue with her face in the rim of it. Look at this, unbelievable.
All right, so I'm using the goop and I'm adding red to it. So we did that already. So we got a red puddle, and now we're gonna do a green drop into it. We hope.
Where are you gonna drop it in the middle of that? On the edge, on the edge.
Right here.
Wait, ready? Okay.
Okay, and go. Ooh, that
Felt
felt
good.
good.
Oh, that's interesting, but it's not.
Oh,
It's not hit. Actually, it is a hit.
oh, it's like, yeah, because it doesn't come down in a single. Oh, that's really bizarre.
Yeah.
Let's
it's like
try
a
it again.
peacock feather.
All right, let's try it again.
It is hit though. We did.
Yeah.
Hit it. I just want. Do you want to go more into the puddle?
Yeah, more into the bottle.
Okay then.
I'll go here.
Okay.
And go. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're on the rhythm. Yeah, once you start going.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, one of the things is we're stopping each time to show you guys whatever, but if you're doing this, shoot like
Look
10
at
in
this.
a row.
Look
Yeah.
at this. That's her face.
Oh, it's so cool. All right. I feel like we have to risk it
What?
because we're getting a little motion blur. I think we need to go.
They're not seeing us.
Oh, I think we need to go slightly higher ISO.
Higher
And
ISO.
so we can turn the power down. Because I want the lights to be a little faster, even though they're in.
I'm at F14.
Okay. Oh, actually, yeah. Just open up the lens. Screw it.
Why? Well, why do you want to open up the lens? It won't change the power of the light. You want to change? You want to drop them down to nothing?
I want to lower the power.
All right. So let's lower the power of the light down. We're on 4.5
Yeah.
now. So let's go to 3.5.
Yep.
And can I go to 2.5? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then let me just take a test shot really quick at F11 just to see what we look like. And we're dark, so I can go open a little more. I'm gonna go to F9. I don't want to go for a full stop. It's a little dark, so we'll go to F8. Now I'm really shallow,
Yeah.
so I gotta be very careful.
All right. So let's nail this then. We're going super shallow,
Can you
guys.
hear me?
Yeah, I think you can probably hear. If not, Seth has gone down to F8.
I'm at F8. I'm at ISO 500.
Actually, here, I'm gonna focus here instead. I'm sorry. ISO 500 F8. We lowered the power of the lights to have a shorter flash duration, and go. Oh, that felt good. No.
Got spheres. Oh, but inside the spheres is my girl's face. Look at this.
Yeah, and you can see actually. Wow. And you can see too, like if you look at the face, oh, I'm pointing at it, but if you look at the sphere, it's much sharper than the previous drop, and that's because the flash duration is now.
But our depth
The
of
field is much more shallow.
Right
yeah,
now.
it's super thin. So let's try.
But it's really cool. Looks like I'm gonna raise the ISO just a touch.
Okay.
Because let me just take a test really fast. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, that's a little better. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Last
Where
one.
are you putting it?
Right here. This is it. Last one. We got this, guys. This is the one. And go. Oh, that felt good.
A little early, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like a millisecond early, but you know what's cool about this, guys? 1, 2, 3 faces in that. Look at how sharp her face is right there.
Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, one more. I want to actually do the red goop into the pool.
All right.
Floating red goop. Here we go. Focus spot.
Jeez, this is so shallow. Okay.
Okay, here we go. And go. Oh.
A little late, I think. Oh, it looks like a spill. No, there's like a stream.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But her face is right there. No, just kidding, I'm just kidding.
No face. Sorry, guys.
One more.
One more with the water or the goop?
One more with Colin.
All right.
I want the spears. The spears are sick.
Okay, so you like that. So that's water then. So I think, guys, a thing that you can do, and we may do this again actually now that we've played with it once, is you need a method to create drips.
You
I
need
think
a
that's
really boring afternoon at a mannequin.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Ooh, I was off center.
You
Let's do it again.
Off to the right.
Yep, do it again.
And that was too much water.
Okay. Oh.
Give me a focus. Okay. 2.
Ooh, I think I was back too far.
A little late, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Try it
One
again.
more time. Sorry, guys.
You gotta do the count.
Okay. Focus.
God, this is so thin. Okay.
And go. Yeah, that felt good.
Oh.
Okay, good.
No splash, but look at this, guys. Face.
Don't face. Oh, a reflection of the. Whoa!
Oh!
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Although with this razor thin depth of field and like a little higher ISO, I'm not really happy with.
Yeah, it's not 100% perfect. Again, but we're just messing around. Sometimes, and I think that's why we decided to stream today. Let's switch this camera since I'm talking to nobody. Sometimes when you're just messing around is like when you can create things that you can then turn into a shoot later on. So we literally were just like, let's experiment today.
Actually, this is where you start having fun with photo again.
Yeah, it's like we're just kind of doing stuff. We kind of get like we're using stuff that we know, but at the same time we're messing with it, we're making it a little bit different. Could have done a classic splash, but I think this is really nice. Yeah, let's pull up a few that we like. So let me just.
Sick. Look at this.
Let me just grab this goop.
I'm gonna pull up
that
some
one is really
winners,
cool.
guys. Here.
Yes, that's going to pull up some winners for us.
This is a really cool one. It's like engulfing it like a planet.
So cool.
This one's really cool. I like this one. It's like a peacock feather.
Okay. Hold on, I'm not sure if I'm far away from you, how well they can hear you.
Just changed it to blue. That was cool. Here's when we first did the blue, so you can actually see like a cartoony blue splash.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
Cartoony blue splash.
So it might be actually, guys, because when you're doing this, like this could actually, even how he's thrown up on the screen is kind of interesting. Like even like putting them together in some kind of a combination could be kind of an interesting way to show it.
This is like my favorite.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's like a pendant hanging.
You know, so.
And remember, that face could be anything. This could be whatever you want reflected there. It could be colorful. It could be whatever. I mean, it could just be a plain white, so you don't get all the detail. But I kind of like the idea of having the blacks and the whites.
Yeah,
and then that warmness.
We harmonize.
Yeah, and the thing is, what's cool to me actually, and I thought it was a great idea to use the bronze when Seth was like, "Oh, use this bronze glass that I have," because that then makes the body warm, so it's not just like black, and white where you just see.
Not generic.
Yeah, it gave it like a little bit of something that's a little interesting. that I think really steps it up a little bit.
Really cool.
Cool. Use a speed light. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay. Cool.
we're gonna call it.
All right. That seems like a. Oh wow. We got a lot of cool stuff. Thanks, Seth. I feel like I'm standing at the edge of the frame, but I don't care. Thanks. We're like way over here with this camera. Thanks. Super fun. Make sure you subscribe if you don't already so that you get the notifications when we go live. We're going to start doing this a lot more, hopefully, with these 12.
Last Ex Witness on Instagram.
Make sure you check out Seth, Last Ex Witness on Instagram.
Live
if you want to
stream
see,
just like this.
if you want to see more stuff like this, that's a little bit kind of fun and spontaneous. You do a lot of cool stuff there. He just shot Sheila the other day. And this is Sheila.
And I shot a ladder today.
And a ladder. He shot a ladder today. So, yeah. So you'll see a lot of fun stuff. Seth is amazing. Thanks for watching, guys. And we're out. I don't know how to be out, but I think if you go like that, you probably end it.